Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. This is your Power Hour with Rebecca Flores, and I am so happy to be on here live with you guys. So I am going to start the conversation off. Actually, I'm going to start the conversation off with a centering and a little bit of a prayer. And I am going to share this to my other page and trust that everybody who wants to get on will notice. Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. It's so crazy to... Okay. Share. Okay. I see. Hi. Is that Karen? I see a couple people are joining. Sometimes I noticed who I can see who it is, and sometimes I can't. I don't know. I think that's maybe if they're friends, I can see it. And then if they're not friends. Oh, you're so cute. You sent me a message, Karen. I'm listening. Oh, okay. Shh. She's at work. Oh, hi. Thank you so much for listening while you're at work. There. I'm not very good at, I want to give my undivided attention there. Okay, everybody. So just for the sake of bringing everybody really into this present moment to fully connect with each other and to fully connect with this divine energy that I witness is here for us, that I have called in, I have acknowledged is surrounding us. I do my own preparation with centering, grounding, prayer, meditation beforehand. And today I called in 500,000 angels for each person who is listening live or who's going to listen to the replay to surround you in the most beautiful divine love and light and clarity, whatever it is that is for your very highest truth, for your highest path of service, your highest life of love, and your path of healing. Since we're talking about how do you help yourself after you've experienced a trauma. And there's a reason why I brought this subject to the table today. I've had my own recent experience, and so I'm being brave to talk about the experience I had today or this last week, and to go ahead and talk about how do we help ourselves when we've experienced a trauma. And really there's so many different levels of trauma that we can experience, and we may not realize that that's what is happening to us, but energetically and physically, emotionally, mentally, it makes a huge impact on us. So if you take some nice, beautiful, deep, relaxing breaths and allow your heart to blossom and to flower open with this divine light, this divine love that is within you and surrounding you. And as you exhale, breathe and follow that exhale. Dive into that exhale. Follow that exhale and watch your heart open and expand. And notice your heart opening and expanding on the back side of your body as well. Really releasing and circulating all of this divine light. Breathing in this pure light of love, this pure light of truth for you, this pure divine support. And breathing out this light all around you, filling you up, filling your cup from within to overflowing with divine peace, clarity, joyfulness, and allowing this light to flow over your brain as if it were recharging your ideas and your beliefs about what is possible for you. Recharging, restructuring, resetting, and any belief or feeling about yourself and about your situation or about your life or about your loved ones, about your finances that have been heavy on your heart or running around in your mind, any worries or concerns, let those neural pathways be reset here, restructured by this divine waterfall of light. See the neural pathways in your imagination taking a different route, sparking in different colors and in different areas of your brain as you just breathe and feel this breath allowing this restructuring to happen in your own perception. And feel the peace and the relief that comes. Good. Taking some nice deep breaths to close out this beautiful centering, allowing this light to flow through your spine and down into this beautiful Mother Earth. And once again, breathing that light out to the world through your beautiful heart. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope that centering was helpful for bringing you into the present moment here with me and with the others who are beginning to join in this conversation that I was moved to talk about. And I think I see, well, it looks like I'm going to just say hello because I know how good it feels when people acknowledge your presence. There's some people that have given me advice that have said, don't do your live videos and not get right to the point immediately and make them very short. And they've said, don't say hi to everybody because it's so annoying when I'm watching. I have a few minutes. Well, then this video is probably not for you. I've had to come to the realization that we all have our own unique preferences and our own unique way of how we connect with people. And for me, I take the time to be fully present and to not rush. I don't need to rush, and you don't necessarily need to rush. And if you do, you can pop in, listen for a little bit, get what you need. Hopefully you get something you need, and then come back. For me, I know there are so many people that I am learning from constantly, but I run everything through my own sense of self. I run everything through my heart and through my truth, what's right for me in any given point. And I make adjustments, and this does connect to our topic today. I make adjustments when I realize that something is not in alignment for me. And another way to say that is when I realize that something isn't serving me, isn't serving my highest truth. And when I say isn't serving me, it's serving me as a divine being of light, as someone who can hold her own light and wants to shine that light out to the world. So that is how my definition, I guess, if you will. Oh, hi, Rick. Thank you for all of the hearts. My definition of, what was I saying? This is why I gotta stay fully grounded and do the high. Okay. Oh yeah, more hearts. This is my definition of honoring myself and my truth. And that's what I talk about. That's what I work with people. That's what I encourage everybody to learn how to do, is really to take time to reevaluate what's the advice that you've taken on for yourself that doesn't work for you anymore. So for me, these power hours are about connecting with you. Really true, genuine connections, not for any other purpose other than opening our hearts together, sharing in this divine light together, talking and sharing what we're going through or what we're feeling, or asking any questions, and really making a connection. That's the light that I want to bring, and I purposefully intend to bring to this world of Facebook. And we each can do that if we want that. So I take this time to say hello to Karen. I am so grateful that you are listening and that you are here. You're just an absolute delight and a light in my life. And Leah, hi Leah, if you're still here, I say hello to you and thank you so much for joining. And Rick, my dear friend, whom has been on my mind the last 2-3 days. So I am going to be reaching out to you to connect with you. And anybody else who joins or is here that I don't know about, then I say blessings, hello, and I'm so grateful for your presence. And the reason getting to the topic, the reason I'll start the conversation off, but I would love for anybody who's here to share with me a thumbs up in the comments, or just a thumbs up reaction, however you do that, if you have been aware of someone or yourself that has experienced a trauma, a scary, something that made them feel very fearful recently, and whether it's someone who is experiencing that personally or are touched and connected to friends or loved ones or the public, the news, things that are happening on the news, that they took on some of that pain. If you have noticed any of that in your life, then give me a thumbs up and let me know that you can relate to that. Hi, Brianne. Peace, my friend. So good to see you. I'm so grateful for your presence. So I last minute chose this topic because I had a traumatic experience recently, and it really shook me up. And I wrote down, first of all, I want to say I'm not a licensed therapist. I'm not a licensed mental health counselor, and I'm not a doctor. Although I am certified yoga teacher, and all these other certificates that I don't even take the time to list, and maybe I will list them again on my website one day, but I've gone through those phases where I list them all or some of them, and then I don't list them because it doesn't really matter. It's really about if we connect and I show up with what I have to offer if it resonates at a deep level. It's kind of like business cards or titles. I don't even get business cards printed often, because what I find is if someone just in, conversations, they take a business card, they're really not that interested in connecting. If they really want to connect, then we're going to exchange phone numbers right then and there in our phones, and we're going to follow up, or I'll follow up in 24 hours or something. But most of the time, we don't need our badges or our certificates or our titles. They're wonderful, though. I'm an extremely I love getting them. I love challenging myself and going full on. That's why I got a yoga certificate. I did it for me. I didn't do it for any other reason than to show myself that I could do it, and then I wanted to really invest that. So anyway, hi Amelia, hi Esther. It's so lovely to see you. Thank you so much for joining. So I wanted to talk about how do we handle ourselves when we've gone through a traumatic experience, and to point out that the traumatic experience can literally, there's a wide range. There's a lot of different levels. Hi, thank you so much, Amelia, for saying hello. Something that can actually cause energetic trauma, trauma to your heart and to your energy body, which can also immediately affects your physical body, your mental and emotional. It's all connected. So when I see and experience these, the effect that events have on us, it's like a domino effect. Boom, 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 boom. All of these layers are affected. There's not one, that's just affected, like on our personality level or our mental. It's all affected. Our physiology is affected immediately. And hello, Gloria. Hello, Elena. Oh, it's so good to see you, beautiful ladies. And the traumatic event can literally just come from, especially because most of us probably that are even listening to this, whether you're live or on a replay, are highly sensitive individuals. And I believe everybody on this planet is a highly sensitive person, and we develop coping mechanisms that keep us from realizing how sensitive we are. So some of us show it on our sleeves more than others. And just knowing how sensitive we are to not only what energies, but what emotions and what events are happening around us. The trauma that can take place can be a result of just watching the news. It can be a result of events that are happening in politics or environmental events that are taking place. It can be literally a result of something that doesn't happen to you personally. And then the quantum side of me says, it does happen to us personally, even if it doesn't present that way, because we are all interconnected. For me, strangely enough, I must have been in a vulnerable position, and I can honestly say that my level of sensitivity has increased over the time that I've continued to work in this field, and with people, with channeling and paying attention to energy at different levels. So because I'm so sensitive to different things, feelings, things that are happening, I we can be in vulnerable positions and not realize it. And I was in a very happy place. This is my little recent story of trauma that was extremely, shook me up big time. And I didn't expect to talk about it, but I decided today that I would. Give me a thumbs up, you guys, if you have experienced something that has created high level of fear for you recently, or if you've been seeing a high level of fear in people around you that you love. Oh, thank you, Brianne. Hi, Ashley. Great to see you. So I was having a great day on Monday. I had done some networking meetings, really making some beautiful connections with some friends, and then was grabbing the protein shake, sitting down, my most comfortable place in my house, got my laptop, felt really good, was about to reply to some fabulous emails that I've received. Yes, I have too. Thank you, Rick, for responding. I have seen many people in pain as well recently, and responding and reacting to what they're seeing in the world too, and then they take on that pain. Thank you so much, Rick. I got a phone call. I got a phone call in this very happy, comfortable moment, and it was, I actually checked my voicemail, and the voicemail said that there was a warrant up for my arrest. And I won't spend much time going into the details because we don't need to get into the energy of it. But it went on to say that it was the IRS, and that there was a warrant being issued, and whatever, call. And so I returned the call, obviously, because I'm totally confused. And I will just say that these people were very good at manipulating. And I happened to file an extension for the very first time for my taxes this year. And I thought, oh my God, did I miss the deadline? Whatever it is. Yeah, I've learned a lot. And there's no reason like I didn't know, but for whatever reason, it came in for me to experience this. And it just came in at the right time, there's something to be said about being aware, but also, yeah, you had one of those too, Amelia. Oh my gosh. It was crazy. It got crazier and crazier, and they basically, and I spoke very logically, but the more that it happened, the more that they kept talking, and the more I started to feel the fear rise up, the more upset I got. And I literally experienced a traumatic event, and it was extremely frightening to me because they were threatening my safety, and they were threatening my freedom in every way possible. So they hit all the levels that someone could hit to scare you. And so that's what brought up this topic today. And I want to talk about how do we help ourselves when something like that happens, or when we know someone else is going through something or has gone through something that I've realized recently. And please let me know with thumbs up or comments if fear or trauma, if this is anything that you're familiar with, and how do you turn it around? I'm curious for you, what tools for you do you use? Yeah, it was a total scam, and man, they are very scary. They didn't ask for any of my personal information except for my address, but and I wouldn't have given anything more than that, but I did question the validity, and either way, it was insane, and they wouldn't leave me alone. They kept calling, and it got more and more insane. So I was in deep shock and trauma, and I called my friend, and that's one of the ways that that's one of the tools that we have, is to immediately, call someone that we trust, that we know will keep a level head. So I'm going to qualify that comment by saying, call the person that you know will not get all wrapped up in the drama with you. Someone who is level, someone who will remain calm, someone whom you know handles life in a balanced way. And those are the type of people. That's the person you want to reach out to. There's lots of things I learned from this, and one of them is just that we're so vulnerable as beings. Even though I teach how to hold and manage your power and how to stay in your full awareness and power in conversations, in every situation, it's a skill. You have to practice. You have to put steps into place. I'm not one of these, it's going to be an overnight success. But because these are really, we're unlearning bad habits. We're relearning who we really are at a fundamental level. And I learn from every situation that I'm in. So we can completely switch our story no matter what has happened to us. It doesn't determine our life now. It doesn't determine our reality now. So many examples. That's like my life story, and my clients that I work with. What you've experienced does not determine or set the bar for you on what you can do now moving forward. But it takes you to either reach out for support if you don't know the next steps, or take steps forward where you are inspired. Ask for assistance from your divine higher self, from your divine God. It is, you will receive it, but then you're put in that driver's seat to really pay attention. So that's one of the other, so I'm going to start going down a list. I'm going to look at some of these comments, and I'm going to go down this list of things that we can do to help ourselves when we've experienced deep level of fear. Let's see here. Yeah. Okay. So lots of people can relate to these calls, and they just kept, it was astounding. And then I got the message the next day of the power of absolute forgiveness, and I'm going to might say this wrong, the Ho'onopono. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Practice. It's a very powerful practice as well. So I understand they are operating from their own fear, their own sense of limitation and lack. Yes, Rick. And I have compassion for that. Absolutely. I lived so many years in fear. I was a very depressed child and person, adolescent, and adult. So not there anymore. That's why I say we can do this. You can definitely turn your life around. Okay. Yeah. I walk into my pillar of light and hook to the sun, ground to the center of the earth, and breathe. Absolutely fantastic. That's one of my points. You can immediately begin to breathe. And that was the first thing I had to do, because I literally actually couldn't even form 2 words together. I was so upset that I couldn't breathe. And I got my friend on the phone, and she had to help me to breathe. And then after I got these people off the phone, because they're making an energetic connection with you. Geez. And then after I got these people off the phone, I could actually feel more calm and breathe, and then go to my friend's house. So breathing in that divine light. I love that you hook yourself to the sun and then ground into the earth. Absolutely. Fantastic. Brienne said her husband, you just got out of an unsafe environment, can't even put it into words. I totally hear ya. We manifested and prayed and continued to lead with love, even more so. Absolutely. It's a matter of survival. Oh yeah, exactly. I'm so glad you're happy and at peace now. Woohoo! Yeah, huge. We learned so much. And for me, one of the big things that I learned we're remembering, and every experience we have helps us remember at new levels. Wherever we are on our journey, these things will come around. Time is a spiral. So things will come back, and it may be like, well, I already learned that in the past, or my lesson, or whatever these terms are that we use. I experienced that. I thought I overcame it. But the reality is that every new level we evolve in our perception, our energetic awareness, our personal development, if you will, then we gain something even more. There's always more levels to which we will understand and have new levels of understanding or realizations in different situations. So we're never like off the hook, of things happening to us. It's just how we handle it, and what tools we learn to use to assist ourselves and to assist each other. So the big thing I was going to say was, out of this, I realized not only we're just such sensitive beings, but we really, and this is the time, this is the year to really step up and just to be connecting with people, to be truly making genuine heart-to-heart connections, to show up in people's lives. I'm not talking about taking on their problems. I'm not talking about depleting yourself in relationships. I'm just talking about being really intentional about creating true connections and letting people know. If, say, there's neighbors that you now, like Brienne's in a happy place now with her, where they've moved to, connecting with the people around you, meet them and show yourself. And if you begin to create a connection with them, just let them know, hey, I'm here. If you need something, call on, know I'm here. Don't be afraid to ask me. And then from there, know what are your boundaries. But know that one of the things that it's all of this is connected. Everything gets connected. I was contacted by a friend who was going through a very hard time, was experiencing deep feelings of isolation, and was asking for just love. And I said, absolutely, here you go. Let's meet for coffee. How can I support you? What would you like from me? Instead of me just saying, blah, here's how I'm going to help you. It's so important to say, how can I support you? Because she may not have wanted certain types of support. She might have just wanted me to just to know that she's there and to check in with her every couple hours. Who knows? So I realize it's so important for us to just let each other know that we're here and that we truly do care, so that people, when we do feel, and I've felt this feeling very often as well, it's so easy to pick up on this feeling, whether it's yours or not. It can trigger things that have been within you that make you feel alone. You are not alone in any way, and it's so important that we continue to look each other in the eyes, no matter who we are, to let each other know we're not alone. You're not alone, and just that really helps. Yeah, I like what Rick says. I'm here and I care deeply. Absolutely, I love that. Ooh, goosebumps! Yay! I want to read what Brienne. Okay. So I read that. Rick said, I don't go outside of myself. I go deep within to the nothingness, tap into the divine of everything, and ask myself, what is it I am to know about this situation? Absolutely. Thank you. Blessings. Thank you. One of the things that came up recently was, guess what? Whether this trauma happened in the past, whether it happened recently, whether it's happening or you're feeling fear or isolation or feeling scared for the situation of our planet, of our country, of our globe, of our global network, of Mother Earth, there's so many things that can make us so upset because it hurts. It truly does hurt. That one of the things I want to say is that does not have to be your story. That does not have to be the reality that you live in. Now, there's going to be people that don't understand that. So I'm going to say it a few different ways. You can plug into that level and live there. You can plug into the fear, the worry, the concern, the overwhelmment, the trauma, the hurt, and the pain. And you can then, and it can happen in an instant, the more that you are there, the more that shapes your thoughts, your feelings, and then your experiences. And you can stay there. Or you can cry, you can write, you can do this number of steps that I'm going to just start listing. You can do a number of things to support yourself in what you're feeling and allow yourself to feel it and to express it. And then, when you're ready, and I would say that hopefully would be within 24 hours. I would say it's healthy within 24 hours. I don't want to see anybody stay in a position that feels really heavy without knowing that it's moving through you. Okay? Don't anchor into it. Then you take the steps to realize that does not need to be your experience. You don't need to live in that place. You can choose to plug into now another level of experience, another level of perspective. They say rise above, take the high road, turn the other cheek. And for me, what this really means and indicates is the ability to understand that you can have compassion and that you can acknowledge what's happening, but you can also learn how to live and create from another level where you're holding a vision and a truth and an energy of peace, of love, of compassion, of tolerance, and acceptance. And not only that, then you begin to, when you plug into that level, that level of energy and support that is literally within you all the time for you to access, then you start to realize I've got divine love as a divine power. And I make choices now from here. How can I be of service and assistance for my highest truth? And that includes my highest level of service to the world, to others, to those that are in my life. Okay? So we can feel what we're feeling and do that work, but it's a choice is into which level you're going to anchor into. And to survive and to start thriving, to start experiencing the unlimited potential of this universe, you've got to be willing to take the step to move yourself to a new level of acting, speaking, and living. And this is from the higher level that we are all divinely supported in love and light in all ways. And that through that knowing, then we take the steps and we rock this place. We rock those things that are in front of us. We rock the relationships we're in. We rock who we are. We fly our freak flag and we talk about love and we express love to other people and we be vulnerable with other people and we show up authentically and we discard the things that are not serving us any longer to live and experience the blessings in life. Which brings me to the point that you then become a walking blessing for yourself and for everyone around you. So that's the higher level of energy that you want to plug into. I am a blessing in this world. And there was, this is all comes from channeling the divine. So this is, this is personal experience here and personal messages and divine information that I have received personally through my channel, through my personal channel, my vessel, me as asking to be a vessel and being willing to listen to that and to not doubt this divine light, to rise above and to know that love is true. So one of the things that's specifically speaking to me again is this remembrance of the first time that Archangel Michael, which is a beautiful frequency of divine love, explained, and Gaia, Mother Gaia, explained that I am a blessing on this planet. And it shakes me up just to talk about it still, because it was a deeply profound, was one of the most profound moments that I've had, because that's the moment when I realized I am supposed to be here on this earth, and I am a blessing on this earth, and I have a place on this earth. We all do. So listen to my words when I say, as someone who is talking, translating, feeling, sensing the divine on a regular basis, who lives in a place of devotion. That is one of my top values, is devotion. Devotion to serving from love. You are meant to be here, and you have a blessed place in this world. And your steps walking on this earth, in your holding your own light, change the world. It affects the world just by you walking in light. That means being willing to see yourself in light, that you are light, you are love. Just that alone, believing and knowing you are a blessing, you're a walking blessing. that right there, it's making a huge difference. I wish everybody could get a high level of clairvoyance. Thank you for all the hearts. I wish everybody could get this like moment, like maybe half an hour, where they have high level of clairvoyance so they can actually see what their effect is in this energetic matrix. It's astounding. Imagine yourself, as part of this tapestry, and every feeling that you feel, every thought that you have, and every moment when you breathe in light and see yourself as light and love and walk from the heart, you are sending the most beautiful colors and frequencies and waves and shapes into this tapestry that's woven into this world. That's the kind of stuff you want to put out there. And that's what happens energetically. So I'm going to go down this list. I love your hearts and your comments and that you're staying and listening. Let me know if what I've said, if there was a word, or if you have a perspective that relates to this, please share it in the comments. This is a discussion. After this, I'm like, I want to hear myself talk, because this is a lot of talking. A lot of talking for me, and I don't, you know what, I'm going to actually start having some Zoom sessions, and I don't know how I'm going to formulate that. I go with the energy, but I'm going to start doing Zoom just free Zoom meetings so we can share, because I love to see your face and your smiles and have you converse and have all of us converse. So please let me know if there's anything I said in particular that resonates with you, and if and why, and how you feel about that. What other comments you have. Because other people read these comments and they become touched by what you share. I know that one of the things that I have found out that's really true, because I've started to see evidence of this, is there's you only see 20% of who's actually seeing your stuff, whether they're engaging or not. You only really notice 20%. There's a whole, what's that, 80, 70, 60, 90, 80 more percent of people, and maybe the figures are a little off, but there are statistics out there. All the rest of the people you don't even know, but they're watching, they're listening, they're doing the Facebook stalking. That's what we all do. We're here to, that's what Facebook is for us to check people out. And so everybody reads, lots of people are going to be affected by your comment, and you won't even know it. So please share. Yay, Shannon! Hi, Shannon. Hi, Connie. Hi, Kara. Hi, Lindy. Whoo! And I got everybody else, at least on this list I did. Sometimes I don't see everybody. I'm spot on. Woohoo, sister! Thank you, Shannon. Oh, thank you for being you. Okay, I'm going to go down this list of things that came to me to share about how do we turn ourselves around after we do experience a traumatic event. And again, I'm not a licensed therapist, counselor, or mental health worker. I know people who are. So if you want to talk to somebody and you don't know who to call, there are so many resources, but if you want, you can reach out to me and I will give you the names of the people, someone that I know. But one of the things we can do, first, we begin to take care of ourselves. If you heard my example, I recently went through a traumatic event this week. So I had to reach out to my friend. I reached out to my two very closest friends, two of my very closest friends, and it really, 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 really helped me. And I had to then be very, very careful to take care of myself. I I was going to do work that day. I did not do work. I did not connect with other people from that place. I needed to take care of my own energy and my own well-being first. So I took a salt bath, super duper helpful, which is water. Water is such a healing component. I'm trying to think if I got outside, but going outside and to the park and just feeling my feet on the soil or on the grass really helps me to feel a level of peace and grounding. And eating good foods. I had to eat. Sometimes people who work with energy or just whatever, we forget to eat, or we don't make it a priority to eat and to drink our water. I've got 3 liquids. This is a replenishing. I've got 3 I usually take 2 liquids everywhere I go. It's hilarious. And this is my water bottle. But liquids, drinking your liquids, eating food, I have to make sure that I eat food to help my energy body as well. And obviously you eat what's good for you. What is your body calling for? I had to cry, and I had to let myself cry. And I also did EFT tapping. I work with people who have a hard time meditating or getting the results that they need in the beginning of our work from just the meditation, and especially if they're on their own and we're not in a session. EFT tapping, then I provide videos for EFT tapping sessions that are specifically based on what they're going through, and they're in their own words. I encourage that highly, and I did that after this traumatic event that I went through, which left me extremely shooken up. And I didn't plan on talking about it, but it's something I want to be vulnerable to share with people. EFT tapping is something that I believe is very helpful when we find that we need to shift our energy. What I recommend is doing the first, because there's so much out there, I recommend doing the first tapping session and doing the rounds on all, releasing and allowing and acknowledging all of the emotions on a deep level. What does it feel like? Just use those words. Then taking a nice deep breath or two, then doing the second half. Don't forget this. I really encourage the second half then is acknowledging and bringing through all of the opposite of that, of those feelings, which are knowing that you're divinely supported, knowing that you are pure love, knowing that you have tremendous power in your life, you have opportunity, whatever the opposite of the situation is, then do that second half, that second round of tapping, bringing in all of the new thoughts, all of the new programming. I cuddled, I got into bed, I got a huge comforter, which I had taken off, and I had to cocoon myself, and I had to be with myself and my kitty cat, who's a little healer. So I had to do that. Call your friends, the ones you trust, that will speak to you at a level of balance and calm, and that will love you. Sleep. This is all to reset your energy, again, to take care of yourself. And I'm hoping that the friend that I spoke to this week, who was also experiencing some trauma and feelings of isolation, I'm hoping she sees this. Either way, this love and information and light is going out to her energetically. I also enjoy, for me, cleaning my house or cleaning a certain part of my house is very helpful for me as well to shift energy. Creating art, whatever that is, it could just be using a pencil and paper to just draw or to write. to meditate, to do energy work, to get a massage if you can, to get flowers if you can, or plant something, get your hands in soil. And then things to know is that once you physically have come back to a place where you feel comfortable, you feel safe, and you feel loved again, and you don't feel so, what is that? It's like super high level of sensitivity. You've got to take care of yourself if you're that, and then bring your energy back into where you're holding your space, and you feel, you're walking with your heart open, with your chest high, your head held high, and you can be, okay, I'm here, I'm fully here. Then you can start to make different steps, which are realizing that you now can write your own story, a whole new story. Who am I? What do I have, what do I want to offer the world? What do I want to experience in my life? A good question to ask is, how can I bring the divine more into my life? How can I express my love in new ways for myself and for others? What is not serving me anymore in my life? Have my values changed recently? What's important to me? What do I need to let go that's not serving me? Am I in an agreement with someone? Am I in a partnership with someone, business or personal? Have I made an agreement? I did this myself recently, just this morning. I was asking these questions, and what I realized were all the agreements that I was ready to let go of were all just beliefs that have run through my head recently. They were like, when we believe things, then we make this energetic agreement that it's true, and it's not. It's only true if you believe that it's true. So break those agreements, reset yourself, ask these questions. What am I ready to let go of, and what do I want to experience? As Michael Logier says, I love Michael Logier. He it talks about, he's wonderful. He talks about, emotion code, law of attraction, but I don't follow a lot of people. He's just one that super resonates with me. And he always says, I know what I don't want, but what do I want? So what do I want? And he has this he's so high vibe. He's like, so what do I want? Ask yourself that. What do I want? And write it out. Really explore it. This is something that's come into my awareness recently. If we don't start exploring everything we really want to do, everything we really want to see and experience, our mental ability to even imagine it, we forget. We never think about it. So then the energetic pathways, the neural pathways in our brain aren't there for those possibilities. We have to plant that seed. We have to start thinking about it, start feeling it, start exploring it. Then all of a sudden things open up energetically, but also in your mental body, where you start really feeling, oh my gosh, I can totally do this. I don't have to know how, but I can. It's real. It's true. It can happen for me. So explore that. Hi, Dad. Hi, Annie. Oh, thank you. Yes, Rick, the universe is conspiring to bless me and those I dearly love with everything we need in the moments. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. The age of competition shifted from an age of competition to an age of collaboration. Exactly. There's enough abundance for everybody. Nobody needs to lack. That's just a choice. Something else the last couple that I'm just going to list that I had gotten to talk about were how to then, take the next steps after you've gone through a traumatic event This is after the whole self-care. This is after everything I've just named, where you can start now owning your power again, is to make sure that you do ask for help, and that might be with a therapist. Don't be afraid. Ask for the appropriate kind of help. Everybody needs help. Everybody needs support. We all do. I wouldn't be where I am if I didn't have the love and support of the people that have come into my life. And these are not people that, I've had to do, it's not, how do I put this? They weren't obvious people to me. They were like angels placed along the path, right? Thank you, Annie. Let's see. Then, okay, yes, ask yourself those questions. What's not serving me? What do I value? And do something new. I started running today again. I hadn't been running in a very long time, and a friend, Donna, which I did a post about, started a walking community where you walk and you have a community to share. So I did that, and I started running and walking today, and this is after experiencing this very traumatic event this week, which, I ask that everybody also not judge what is traumatic, what has happened to people in comparison to what other people or yourself have gone through. We all experience trauma from many different avenues, and either way, it's very it requires so much compassion and understanding. So that covers it, you guys, and you've made some beautiful points, and I want to thank you so much. I want to thank you so much for listening, for sharing your light and your comments. It is my purpose to connect with you. That's why I do this, and to offer some sort of value, some sort of support, something that is purposeful. If you have ideas, questions, or thoughts that you would like to talk with me about one-on-one, or in these lives that I do every Wednesday at 2 o'clock Mountain Time, then please either reach out to me via email at rebecca@rebeccachannels.com, or put a comment. You can let me know in the comments of this video that you'd like to talk, or you have an idea of a topic to talk about. And again, I look forward to starting a group where we do some Zooms so that we can see each other. We can talk. I find that so much more personal than even Facebook Live. Okay, thank you so much, Brianne. Thank you, Annie. Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Sally. Hi, Sally. Thank you, Shannon, Esther, Connie, Kara, Lindy, Brianne, I said that. Amelia, Ashley, Gloria, Elena, Esther. Thank you all so very much. Thank you, Rick. I'm so very glad that I got to connect with you today. Have a very blessed day, and remember, you are a blessing on this earth. Hold your light, walk in your light, and don't be afraid to show love and to receive love on every level. Thank you, my friends. Take very, very good care of yourselves and each other. Bless you. Blessings. Bye-bye. Thank you for the hearts.